Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. It is Angela, the Traveling Crafter, and I'm here with day 75 and 81 of the 100-day challenge, ATH, which is the hashtag open collaboration hosted by myself. And you can get the whole list of prompts on my Ko-fi site, which is in the description, and follow along as you wish at your own pace. So hop on over and grab that and play along. So today is graph paper and tracing paper. Now, this might not be specifically to junk journaling, but it is art related. So I wanted to show you something I have used for years and years. I showed my kids how to do it when they were little, and you've probably heard of it before. It is called grid line drawing. Very simple. So what you're going to need is a photo. I just popped this one out there. I'll show you the photos I'm going to use. Some graph paper and piece of tracing paper, which I have right here on my paper. So what you're first going to do, essentially, you're doing 1-to-1 ratios for your squares. And so those 1-to-1 ratios need to match up with what you put on your grid paper. So what I did, and the easiest way, and remember, this is going to be very simple. Hey, wait a minute. I didn't say hello. I didn't say hello to my friend yet. Friends, thank you for joining me. And today, specifically, we have Mystical Misty, Susan Stemmet, and Crafty Seas. Thank you for hanging out. Wow, how rude. So I was just so excited to get to this. And I skipped this one, and so I'm doing this today on Tuesday because I was like, oops, I didn't do that one in advance. So all you're going to need to do is find your image. And then what I did to make it very, very simple is I just used my ruler and used the width of my ruler, lined it up, and made a grid. Okay? I made all the lines this way. I made all the lines this way. Now, I was only, on this one, I thought, well, if I do this one, I'm just going to go to right here. So I marked these. You might also do like A, B, C, D if it's easier for you, if it's confusing. But basically, what we're going to do is break down our photo into these 1-inch squares so it's easy for us to draw. Now, I'm not using this one. I am using something even more simple. Just to show you, it is not perfect by any means. This, while I like to do this, I haven't done it for a very long time. I'm not very good at drawing noses on people, so I wasn't doing a person. But what I did do is grab this photo from the Ideals magazine, and I went ahead and drew my grid. I'm just making sure you guys are in. And I drew it all the way down. Although, I just realized, hold on a second. There we go. And I start in the first grid and start to just do whatever it is that's in those little spaces, which I am going to show you, but I just want to give you kind of the gist of it. And because this was a watercolor already, it was a very loose drawing. All I was doing is kind of getting the general shape of it, right? So here is what, and also, if I were to do this and do watercolor for real, I would do it on watercolor paper. But for the sake of this tutorial, I wanted you to see exactly what it looks like. So what I did is, let me make sure both of these are in frame so you can see them. I don't know if I can get both of them. Well, pretty close. Okay. Yeah, because we're going to be working on this part right here. So all I did was kind of loosely followed. I need to move my paint because we're not going to be painting today. We're just going to be drawing. I just wanted to give you an example of what you could do. So you're taking each one of these 1-inch squares and you are just drawing something similar to what is in here. And the reason I did this watercolor is because watercolor drawings are forgiving and it's really just the kind of basic outline and then you can fill in. Now this is just a first layer. It's on regular graph paper. It might not even, this isn't even dry. So you'd have to do many layers. And then when you're all done, you can just erase your lines. I made mine a little darker for you guys so you could see, but there you have it. So where I left off, I kind of did all of these down in here. So that one's all, and look, these are not even like this over here. But where I left off is kind of right here. So what I'm doing is this right here. So I just wanted to, now if you're doing a person or something really intricate, this allows you to go very, very specific. And I'm not, because I don't want to overwhelm you. And I want you to see that anybody can do this. And I'm doing this. And all I'm doing is kind of a loose outline. Because remember, I'm going to be watercoloring it. So I just want it to kind of look like a leaf. And then this one comes, well, this one comes down to 5. I'm a little off, but that's okay. It just gives you a guide. And I think these are oak. This is an oak tree. And we already got this one, and this one kind of comes like down a little bit more. Doesn't look like much, does it? But this is what these look like too. All right, so we've come down. We've got this. Where do we leave off? We're at kind of between 5 and 6, so we're right here. And now what I want to focus on is really the birdhouse so that you guys can see. And that's probably all we'll get to, because these little leaves is just a matter of a little sketchy sketch or something. So specifically, we are in grid 6 right here. And truthfully, this should be grid 5. Just forget those numbers. Those were just for me. The important thing is that the ratio of these squares are equal to what you draw in your picture. I drew on this picture. If you don't want to ruin your picture, then you use the tracing paper. Thus, the reason we're doing the tracing paper today. So if I come over here to, let's see, right here, all we're going to have, well, that's even too far up. Okay, and then we're going to go up, and then we're going to go back, and then we're going to come right about, let's see, where does this need to come down to? Right here. It's hard when you're actually showing. And just a little bit. So then that, come up here. That comes down just a smidgy. Come back here. And look, I'm not doing this exactly like it's supposed to be done. I'm just using it as my guide. But what I will assure you is that when you do this and you're really trying to be detailed and you take your time, it will indeed come out. I think for this, even though this is in between these grids, I'm kind of thinking I want to follow. Just roll with me on here. Yeah, I'm just going to follow that line. It seems easier, I think. And then this is kind of naturally like that too. There we go. And then here, this can probably come out quite a bit more. Just to give us a little more accuracy. And then I'm going to come down. I'm just going to do this line all the way down here. Oops. And then it kind of angles up there. And then we need to get, well, let's do that. There's a peg. I can barely see. That looks like it's about where it's supposed to be. And then we got a second little perch. Perch, not a perch. And it comes down like that. Oh gosh, I didn't think about drawing the bird. Ugh. Now see that? I just need to have very, very light because it's really just going to be suggested that that's where that line is. And then this is going to come down. Well, I know that I'm going to have to do this so that this and this, but I'll just highlight it when I get to the painting part of it. I didn't want to paint this whole thing, and because I just am doing a sample. That would take me a long time, and I'm not going to use this for anything. It's just for demonstration purposes, if you will. And this is not my best drawing at all. I don't like there. I think it needs to come down here. It's just having a little fun. There we go. And when you get that all put together, it will look superb, I'm sure. Okay, so let's just get rid of, well, no, I better not. All right, so the heart, where he is sitting, comes down to where the bird is. And then this is going to come up and down to about right here. Okay, now this is going to be a horrible bird, but you'll get the gist. And I'm just kind of following it where this and this is, sort of. Just so I get, and then he's sitting on this little perch right here. But all I'm doing is the outline, because obviously all the details come in. I don't like this either. I think this needs to come out. This needs to go up here. And like I said, I have done these that are extremely detailed with faces and such. This is one of the first things I learned when I was when I was training, doing art. Probably, I don't know. Probably in high school, I'm guessing. I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Now, again, that's all going to go away. Then once and then of course, you would just keep doing all of your, like one of these has there's a leaf right there. And it comes down and so on and so forth. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Get rid of that. It looks like absolutely nothing when you're looking at it here. And I'm just kind of doing my own thing. Just so I have kind of an outline. And that's all there is to it. You're just following these little, where are you at? You're really over here. So this one, we'll just do him. And this one. There. But you kind of get the gist. It's very, very easy, and it's kind of relaxing. You just try this on something very, very simple like this. This is very simple. You could try it on, you could go all in and try it on a person, on a face, any static image like, oh, here. I just happen to have these little embroidery things here. So try it on something like this. Make your grid. You could copy it and blow it up, or just, make your little grids tiny and try something like that. Or a photo. If you have a photo, try it with that. It is not difficult to do. It is very, very simple. And it's kind of relaxing and fun. So I hope that you like this. This was day number 75 and 81 of the hashtag 100-day challenge ATH around the house. If you like what you saw and you want to see more of what we do each day, recently Monday through Wednesday, then hop over to the playlist, which is titled 100-day Challenge ATH with items found around the house. So until next time, friends, remember to take time to just be. We'll see you soon. Cheers.